This car needs no introduction, but if you didn't catch our first episode, this is the 2017 Chrysler Pacifica Limited. And when Chrysler say that it's fully loaded, they mean it. It's got a great sound system and comes with Uconnect Movie Theatre, so you can watch all of your favourite kids' movies. Speaking of which, this model does come as a hybrid option, something to speak to our friends about at Davis Dodge Fort McLeod. And our friends at Mint Smartwash always make sure our rides are clean, dry and shiny in 5 minutes or less. In this episode of RideCar Superstar, we meet Dangerous Dave Wishnowski, a gaming developer and wrestling juggernaut from southern Alberta, Canada. Dave is seriously one big dude working on a huge project. So buckle up before you get smacked down, because you're watching RideCar Superstar.
Whoa!
Hey buddy, how's it going?
Wow! You must be Dave.
Yeah, I'm worried. It's not a robbery, man. How you doing?
Yeah, really good, man. Really good. Well, welcome to your ride.
It's all good. Thanks for getting here so quick, buddy. Appreciate it.
Hey, my pleasure, man. So we I think we saw from the app that we're actually taking to the ATB Center.
Yeah, they got an entrepreneur presentation thing over there, so I want to head to that.
Excellent, man. So I gotta ask. I'm actually really curious here. I thought, holy crap, I might even get held up. This is a new experience for me as well.
Well, I'm glad you picked me up before somebody called the cops for a bank robbery. So it's all good. I was getting some funny looks, man.
Yeah, no doubt. So I got to ask. You look like a pretty big dude. Are you a bodybuilder, or you are you a bouncer? You're a stand-up man. What's going on?
No, none of the above, man. Although, yeah, long story, but we won't go there. But no, man, I just entrepreneur, going to an entrepreneur presentation here over at ATB.
Okay.
I make video games for a living, pro wrestling video games.
Wait a second.
Yeah.
I think you're the wrestling dude, aren't you?
Around here, yeah. Dave,
yes,
the wrestling
you
guy.
are Dangerous Dave.
Dangerous Dave.
How do you pronounce your name? It's Wishnowski, isn't it?
Wishnowski.
There
yeah.
we go. Great.
Yeah.
So okay, so I've got friends that have downloaded the game.
Cool.
Played it. Big wrestling fans, of course.
Pro Wrestling X.
I've got a billion questions to ask you. I guess.
Fire away, man.
Yeah.
Traffic's heavy today. So.
It's I know, and look, we've got blue skies. That's
That's one nice thing about Lethbridge, man. We get so much sunshine here that even all winter it feels like
exactly
nice and bright and sunny. It's good.
Yeah. So you're a gaming developer. How did that start?
Well, that's a long time ago, actually. About 15 years ago, I was online and I was making fun of all the crappy wrestling games that were coming out at the time. Because I'm a huge wrestling game nerd. Some guys.
Well, I wouldn't call you a nerd. I'm just gonna say that out loud now.
No, you know it is, man. Some guys my age, they're into fine wine and football, all that kind of stuff. I love wrestling video games. I love since the Nintendo 64 games. You know?
Yes.
And the
I'm a huge console fan, so yeah.
Wrestling games are sucking for a while. I was complaining about them, and somebody online dared me. They said, "Hey, asshole, if you think you know so much, why don't you make your own damn wrestling game?" So I was like, "Fine, I will." And so, even
absolutely,
though I've got no background in business or finance or running a company or raising money or anything. I was just a guitar teacher at the time.
Okay.
Living back in Vancouver at the time, and I went down the rabbit hole, man. Over the last 15 years. I gave myself MBA the hard way, learning how to raise money and
student of life,
make
business,
video games and publish video games and all that kind of fun stuff. So it's been a blast. Not where I thought I was going to be in life 15 years ago, but wouldn't change it for the world, man.
So I imagine that a lot of the technology's changed over the last 15 years as well. Right. I mean, the game that you started building 15 years ago. Yeah. It looks and feels very different to now. Is that a fair assumption? Or?
Oh yeah, man.
Okay.
I could show you some video footage and screenshots of the first few games we made.
Yeah, actually, I think for everyone tuning in and checking out our episode on YouTube here, I think we should throw up some links to some of your footage. I think we should do that post-production. Yeah.
Oh, that'd be awesome, man.
Great.
I'll throw you some stuff. Yeah, it was pretty ugly back in the day, and you're right.
Doubt.
Every 3-4 years we had to burn it down, start from scratch, and rebuild it with the latest technology. And now, the game looks smoking hot. It could run on the Xbox One and PS4 and whatever. So we're pretty happy with how it looks now. That's for sure.
That's amazing. And so, is the game ready to play now? Is it close to development, or does the development just keep going?
it just keeps on going. But you can play it now. We've released it on Steam, which is like the big granddaddy PC gaming store online.
Yep.
So you can go get the game now on Steam. It's in early access, which means that we let you play the game while we're building it.
Wow.
You don't have to wait until it's an $80, 100% done game. So.
Right, so I guess it's not like a WWE game or an NHL where you have to keep paying for the game, right? Right.
You drop like $9.99 right now, and you get the game and all its updates for free. You know, that's the way it's working.
You know, that's amazing. We I don't play Fortnite. This is not a product placement plug for Fortnite as well, but you know, I've got a lot of friends who play Fortnite, and I'm infatuated with this freemium versus premium model that you've got 175 million people that play a game, but they spend more money in the in-game purchases. Do you think that's a trend moving for where games are at?
You know, man, coming up in the way the business used to run, where you spent like a couple $1 million and years building a game, and when it was quote unquote done, you'd release it onto the market for like $60, $80, and you walked away, and it was done. And if it was any good, maybe you'd make a sequel in another 2 to 4 years. You know, but now, love it or hate it, people would rather get their hands on games for little or no money.
Right.
And if they like what you're doing and want to support it, they would almost rather just buy what they want a la carte. Like for a wrestling game like us,
right?
You know, we don't have to build a game with 200 wrestlers in it to start with. We can ship a game, you know, with just a handful of guys, so you can test it out. And if you like it, then you know, buy a couple more wrestlers or whatnot. You know, if you want to, downloadable content, DLC they call it.
Yep.
Is it's not only acceptable these days; it's expected that your game has constant content now.
Right.
Games really are more like they're more platforms, like a service, than they used to be just products. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So I mean, I dig it. I love it because wrestling games, I don't ever want to stop. You know, I want to keep adding to this game over and over. So
exactly,
if we're going to have updates and downloadable content, we could do that with wrestling for the next 20 years and not run out of stuff to add.
Absolutely. So I would imagine that even the gaming experience evolves with the development of new characters and even the players, as you've got new players joining from all over the world, so to speak.
Oh yeah.
That's a completely evolving experience. So how many users have you got playing the game now? Is that
thousands, man?
We'd
like to get into the millions, you know. But we've been very fortunate to have people support something like this, you know, so early on.
Yeah.
When it's unfinished, you know, you're kind of afraid and you're scared, going, oh crap, I'm going to put my baby out into the world. But
exactly.
It's got warts, you know. It's maybe doesn't have all its fingers and toes yet, you know. But people really, really love to get behind stuff like this while it's in development, because then they give us feedback, they help us, they let us steer the direction of it, you know. Like there's a lot of wisdom in the crowd, you know, which is really good. Like we learned a long time ago that we're not making a game to compete with WWE.
No,
we want to do everything they can't do.
Well, that's okay. So that's an interesting question. Now, you know, I've certainly had my exposure of a very PG or even an M-rated experience with the WWE. Do you think they would that they might even be a little bit tied to what they can do in a gaming platform compared to what you can do?
They absolutely are.
Yeah.
I mean, there's a whole show behind WWE, but I mean, that's a family-owned business, the WWE, right? Mm-hmm. They're publicly traded, so they can't do anything too offensive. They've deliberately made their product PG rated over the last little while.
Yeah.
Plus, I mean, you know, the wife of Vince McMahon, she works for the government, you know?
Really?
Yeah, she's in the White House, man. She's in the White House. So they have to be super careful what they do and who they offend.
No doubt.
So that's an opportunity for us. Now we get to go, yeehaw, we're making Grand Theft Auto wrestling. God damn it, you know, like now we get to do everything they won't. So if they won't show blood on TV, or if they won't let women in the ring to beat up men, we're very happy to put female wrestlers in our ring with fluorescent light tubes so they can smash over guys' heads and let the blood fly. Let it flow like wine. It's a red wedding wrestling game. It's awesome.
Amazing.
Yeah.
So if I want to play the game now, I go to
ProWrestlingX.com.
Fantastic. It's going to be on the screen.
Sweet. Yeah, and we got links to all our social media.
Excellent.
And, we are famous for being brutally honest about our development. So every week we give updates on. We have an email newsletter list. We give updates on exactly what's going on, personally, financially, business-wise, development. So people really dig that they're really getting.
You know, Dave, I actually think I've seen some of your stuff online, and it's obviously the face mask here now. My memory is coming back to me. You do. I think you've been extremely transparent, even in the challenges of building a game. I have to ask, how on earth did you end up in Lethbridge as a gaming developer? I mean, you've obviously you have to have a bit of a story there too.
Well, I was in Vancouver. When I started the company, we did everything old school, where I spent years raising the money to open an actual physical gaming studio in Vancouver, right?
Yeah.
And we got our first game damn near built when 2008 financial crisis hit, lost all our funding. It was a brutal shot in the balls. Like, I had to go and lay off my entire crew 3 weeks before Christmas, you know? Like, it was, man. You don't know how, they don't teach you how to do that in school,
no,
man. You got all these
exactly.
entrepreneur rock stars, but they don't teach you that part of the job sucks, you know?
Exactly.
So, and then, luckily enough, at the same time, I got really, really sick, and my wife was worried about me. The doctors were telling her to start plans for my demise.
Wow.
It was pretty bad, yeah. So we had a young daughter, and we realized that unless you're making $1 million a year, you're never buying a house in Vancouver.
Exactly.
You know? So we were part of the brain drain that left Vancouver back in 2008.
Mm-hmm.
And just looking into Lethbridge, we were like, holy crap, man. Like, I was paying $1,600 a month for a little cracker box rental in Vancouver 15 years ago.
Yeah.
I've got like a beautiful 2-story character home near downtown Lethbridge, and my mortgage is just over $600 a month. Like, Lethbridge, freaking rocks. What do you need? It's got a Costco. It's got 24-hour 7-Elevens. It's got Wi-Fi.
Yeah.
What else do you need to run a business like mine?
I mean, obviously, most people tell me that I have a funny accent, which I take pleasure in responding to that, of course. But
so how the hell did you end up here?
Yeah.
Driving for Lyft.
Yeah.
When you clearly were probably not born here.
No. So I've been in Canada for almost 10 years now. Moved here in 2010. Was living in Calgary for a few years, and life has a funny way of turning out that I now call Lethbridge home. It's my family's here, kids here. And actually don't mind this city. It's a small city. I think you nailed it on the head there. It's cost of living to live in Lethbridge and do what I do for work, outside of driving with Lyft. I call myself maybe a bit of an entrepreneur as well. Maybe not as eclectic as you, Dave, with your accolades, but
I set the bar high.
You have definitely set the bar high. I'm actually really interested in what's happening here at the ATB Entrepreneur Center. We're going to have to talk to Jason and figure out what's going on.
They rock here. Not to sound like I'm not shilling. I wasn't paid by ATB, but they set up this entrepreneur center here downtown, a few blocks from where I live. And every week, man, they got free seminars and whatnot, and they help you with banking and lending and all this stuff.
Amazing.
It's freaking awesome.
Yeah.
Well, that was sweet, bud.
So I think I've well, there we go. You're an important man.
I'm a popular guy. Sorry about that, bud.
Not at all. So if we want to learn more about Pro Wrestling X, we should check out ProWrestlingX.com, I think it is.
Yes, please.
Check Dave out on social. This has been one hell of a ride. Dave, it's been a pleasure, man. Thank you so much.
Bud. Cheers.
Great to put face to name, I guess.
Almost half a face to a name.
Exactly.
I really appreciate it, man. Good luck with the lifting, man.
Thank you very much, man. And we'll chat soon. There we go.
There we go. Later, bud.
Cheers.